It's been 5 months since my last photography trip. I was trying to avoid the heat and the sunny conditions. So when I saw winter weather advisory and Yosemite in the same sentence, I knew I had to come here. Look at this. Look at that. I woke up like 1,000 times last night. It's funny how it works, because I used to be able to sleep in any situation, even in very loud environments. But as I get older, my sleep gets lighter and lighter. I didn't get the best sleep of my life, but I had to come here because this is just incredibly beautiful. I realized just a few weeks ago that even though I've been to Yosemite a few times in the past, I never made it to Glacier Point, to where I am right now. That's because the previous times I came here to the park, it was during winter time, and the road to get here is closed. I think you can hike, but I've never done it. So anyway, it's something that I knew I had to fix, especially now that I live relatively close to Yosemite. It's just a 4 or 5 hour drive, depending on the traffic. Someone lost a hat. This morning's sunrise was pretty meh, which is okay. Me being here with these conditions is not an accident. I've been waiting for a while. First, for the crowds to go down a little bit, because this is a very popular place, of course, but especially because of the weather, because it's been pretty sunny and hot. So when I saw on the weather forecast that there was a winter weather advisory here in Yosemite, the first thing I did was to book a campsite. They even had some snow for last night. I was pretty excited about that, but we didn't get any of that, just a light rain. My hope was to come back here this morning. I'm gonna come back here tomorrow, and maybe even my last day here. So almost every day to maximize my chances of getting good conditions. Maybe the ones I got yesterday are going to be the best of the trip, but you can only hope that the best is yet to come, right? One of my favorite things to do in the mountains is take out the telephoto lens and start scanning the distant landscapes, especially when the sun begins to break through the clouds. I tried to make a few long exposures while there were still some clouds in the sky, but I couldn't find much from up there beyond photographing Half Dome. Blue skies took over for the rest of the day, which made for a very nice time at such a beautiful place like Yosemite, but photographically speaking, it was frustrating. I had come here for winter weather, not for this. In any case, instead of forcing my photography in those conditions, I decided to relax and enjoy a couple of walks in the valley. A new day began, and with it renewed hopes, but soon enough I realized what kind of day this one was going to be. So another day, another morning here in Yosemite. I came back to the same viewpoint, to Glacier Point, hoping for a good sunrise, but so far it's been pretty boring, so I think I'm just gonna head back to the car, have some breakfast, and wait for the conditions to get ugly, which should happen in just a few hours. So this is the first time in 5 months that I go on a photography trip outside of the city. You could say that I'm not used to it anymore, and I made a big mistake because I didn't use a list to pack stuff for this trip. I forgot a few things. The one that is more of a problem, especially when it comes to breakfast, is that I forgot the dishes. So now I'm using the cans of veggies that I used for lunch yesterday, and I just put my oatmeal in there. It is what it is. So it's a few hours later now. It got very cloudy, but it doesn't look like it's gonna rain anytime soon yet. So I'm just gonna go for a little walk to another place, another spot that I've never been to, called Sentinel Dome. It looks like a lot of people have the same idea because it is packed. There are 2 parking lots and I couldn't find a spot, so I had to park really far away down the road, and now I'm just walking back to the trailhead. It is really beautiful around here. There are a lot of people, and I always try to get away a little bit to have some solitude to do my photography and my video, but this always happens to me no matter where I go, because I have a camera bag, I have a tripod and whatever. Once people see that, they just come to where I am just to check it out, to see what is that I'm photographing. So it's pretty much impossible to have a little bit of solitude and a little bit of space for yourself. It's something that you have to accept because it is what it is. Those are pretty big ants right there. Okay, so that behind me is the dome. I thought it was going to be bigger for some reason. This is going to be easy peasy after a whole summer walking on the streets of San Francisco. Well, that was okay. I mean, it has great views of Yosemite Valley, a great view of El Capitan, and definitely a location for a colorful sunset. But the views of Half Dome and that part of the Sierra with all the other peaks are not any better than the ones you get from Glacier Point or other viewpoints down on the road. That's the view I'm interested in because that's where the storm is coming from, supposedly. Actually, you can see some rain in the distance already happening, and that's another reason why I decided to leave that place, because I want to get caught up there during a rainstorm. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's pretty rocky over here, and it might get pretty slippery as it starts raining. So I hope that rain in the distance means we are getting some weather, some atmosphere over here soon. I've been hoping for a few days now that that winter weather advisory materializes into something tangible that I can photograph here, that it brings the moody conditions I'm waiting for, because I'm truly betting the whole trip on that. I have no plan B. I've just been going to the same spots over and over, hoping for those conditions to happen instead of driving around like I usually do. I don't know if the bet is gonna pay off or not, but one can only hope. With each passing minute, it became harder to believe. All I could do was wait, but it's very frustrating when you are running out of time and the weather isn't what you hoped for. The forecast was still showing rain somehow, but it never really came to Yosemite. What can I say? I've been here 4 hours, the whole day, since sunrise. and the weather is not really cooperating with me today. It didn't yesterday. I mean, there are some clouds above the Sierras, but really far away. It's been like this the whole day. I have no reason to believe that it's gonna change. I still have hopes, and that's why I'm gonna stay here for the rest of the day. And if it doesn't work out today, I'll try again tomorrow. And that's about it, because after that, the sunny and hot weather is coming back to Yosemite. I'm sure there'll be more opportunities in the weeks to come, but those are opportunities that I'm not gonna be able to take because I'm gonna be going to Spain next week. So yeah, this was my first and last chance this summer to get some moody conditions, not in Yosemite, but you know, from up here from the Glacier Point. Once again, the telephoto lens kept me entertained for a bit as I was exploring features of the landscape like Half Dome, Vernal Falls, or Mount Lyell. The last day, I was down to just one more morning, my last chance. But something was different this time. What a night. I barely slept. There was a group being very loud last night until way past 11 p.m. And then around 2 a.m. it started to rain. There was thunder as well. I slept on and off. We got a break around 4:30 in the morning, and since I was already awake, I decided to pack everything, tent, food, everything in the car, so I didn't have to deal with checking out from the campground or anything like that. I wanted to come here to Glacier Point and spend as much time as possible because it looked promising, and it looks very promising. This is beautiful. This was by far the best morning I had. Something different was finally happening. Sadly, the beautiful light didn't last long as the rain clouds drifted away. I think I got too excited too quickly. The conditions were magical for like 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. It died out a little bit, but there is plenty of weather happening around here, like behind me. Hopefully you can see it, and I think it's coming towards here. It was hailing not even 5 minutes ago, so I'm hopeful that today, my last day here, will be the day when I get something. I'm still not sure what I'm looking for, but something. And then the rain came back, the light came back, the magic returned. The good light is coming back, but it is very cold. There we go. I love it. I love the dark trees in the foreground and the half dome in the background. All right, let's keep going. This rain is making this morning much colder than it really is. It is pretty cold right now. It feels pretty cold. This is insane. This is what I was hoping to get for 4 days, and I got it. Man, it is crazy everywhere you look at. Just look at that. That was absolutely insane. That is what I was waiting for. That's what I was hoping for this whole time, these 4 days. 4 days driving here to this viewpoint from the campground is more than an hour each way. Hoping to get something. I didn't even know what, but I knew it when I saw it. That was magical. Absolutely beautiful. The best light always comes after the rain. There was a big rain cloud passing by. Half Dome was pretty much gone, but then that cloud went away and the landscape was revealed again, but with that magical light of the still rising sun through the mist. It was so cool. Oh my goodness. I am so happy right now. I was getting very frustrated with this trip because the weather was not being what they advertised. Those were very chaotic 10 minutes of photography. I was just running around. I apologize because I couldn't focus on the video at all, but I was taking a lot of pictures. Everything was happening everywhere at the same time. I have no idea if the shots are gonna work out or not. I'm a little bit worried that I wasn't showing a lot of foreground to create depth on the photos, but if my feelings witnessing that and taking the photos are any guide, they are gonna be very good. This was a 10-hour round trip to Yosemite, plus another 10 hours of driving between viewpoints and the campground, dozens of hours waiting, sitting in the car. All of this for barely 10 minutes of standing light and just a handful of images. But I was very lucky to have gotten anything at all, and I left the mountains being aware of that, feeling full, happy, and satisfied. I can't wait to go back.